easiest, fastest tip in marriage that's going to help you a ton is recognizing the separation between your logical and your emotional brain and using it when you communicate to your partner. I'll give you an example. So a lot of times in marriage, we feel things and we try to then use our logical brains to explain why we feel them. We feel like it has to be logical in order for us to have emotion. We're not allowed to have an emotion unless we can explain it logically. So we spend all this time focusing on the logic, but all it does is it just makes people frustrated because they try to then logic us out of our emotional feelings that we're having. And that actually doesn't work. It doesn't help anything. What you need to do is just recognize the emotional part of your brain, address it, and you can just leave the logical part out of it. I'll give you an example. Working with a couple, and he has rotten teeth, and his breath smells like rottenness. It's really gross. And his wife goes to kiss him and gags, and he wants to make love with her, and she's like has to close her eyes because the brown rotten little stubs that are sticking out jaggedly out of his mouth remind her of like zombies. And every time that she gets really close to him, she feels like she's gonna throw up, and it makes her feel sick. She feels disgust. Okay, that's what she feels. She doesn't want to feel disgust. She wants to feel love. She wants to feel happiness and joy and contentedness and all these wonderful things, but she feels disgust. So instead of having to go to her partner and explain all the logical reasons why he needs to, get his teeth fixed, she can say this instead. She can say, look, sometimes I feel things that I don't want to feel, and I wish that I didn't feel them, but I do, and I don't know how to not feel them. And when I smell something that smells bad, I feel disgust. I don't want to feel disgust. I want to feel happy, but I don't, and I can't. I don't know how not to. And when I see something that's rotten, I feel disgust, and I don't want to feel that way, but I do. And when I'm around something and I'm feeling disgust, my brain starts to pair disgust and that thing together. So for example, let's say the cat. Every time the cat came in, there was tapeworms all over it, and I felt disgust. I wouldn't want to touch the cat. I wouldn't want to be around the cat anymore because feelings tend to motivate me into what I want to do and don't want to do. And so if you're producing a smell that causes me to feel disgust, it's tying those things together, and I don't want that to happen. I want to only have tied with you good feelings and happiness and love and joy and comfort and security. And so for that reason, please, would you go and get your teeth fixed? And you can have basically the same conversation about just about anything. When you come home and you sit on the couch, I know you're tired, I know you're worn out, but I also feel tired and worn out, and I don't want to feel tired and worn out, and I don't want to feel frustrated, but I feel like what I need emotionally is someone to come over and give me a hug and then help me. Even if you just help me for a little while, it would just make me feel supported and feel loved, and that would be wonderful if I felt that way, because what I feel is I feel frustration, I feel abandoned, I feel not loved or cared for, and I don't want to feel that way. And I know that you don't, that you actually do love me in these things, but for some reason I don't feel that. And so if you were to get home and immediately just come give me a hug and tell me you appreciate me and tell me I look beautiful or handsome or whatever, and then you were to, do this thing, I would feel so much happier. It'd make me feel so wonderful. Do you think you could do that for me? And then just help me do the dishes or something really quick. It's not going to take a long time. It would mean so much to me because it would make me feel so much better. I don't have to logic anything. I didn't have to go and have this intellectual, logical argument about, well, you should be doing more work around the house because, I work 9.8 hours and you work 8.3 hours, and that's not fair, but I guess my hours that I work are technically less hard, so they are the equivalent of 0.75 hours. And you don't need to go into a lot of argument stuff with the logic. You just say, hey, look, I feel this way. I feel this way, and I want to feel this way. And this, if you did something different, it would help me feel different. Okay, that's all you need to do. And if you try to take it all logically, you're just going to get in a big argument, and it's not going to result in what you want anyways. Because what you're really dealing with here is emotions. Give it a try. See if it helps you out.